Okay, at this time, I'd like to welcome everyone, and I'd like to call our meeting to order. The first thing's going to be a pledge of allegiance. Would you all stand with us, please? And Mr. McCoy, would you lead us in the pledge?
Sure.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, we would like to observe a moment of silence. Would you all please join us? Thank you. And this time, it will be our student spotlight.
Thank you all for coming. I just want to recognize our kids on how well they did in the national competition in San Diego, California. We had several silver and gold medal winners. That's exciting. So they're national champions, not just state champions, but national champions. They really. They represented Martin County extremely well. First, we will announce the from Martin County Middle School, the Silver Award winners. We have Shelby Borders. And Shelby is only a sixth grader, and she was competing against high school kids. Congratulations. We have another sixth grader, this Skyla Messer. We have Macy Harless.
She didn't get to make it. She's a baby.
All right. Our gold medal award winners are Miss Devin Cassidy. Congratulations, Devin. And we have Mr. Carson Hanson. Congratulations, Carson. Now for Sheldon Clark, you'll take a picture of these before we show Clark.
Can you get in the middle of them?
Sure.
Okay. Right.
Good. Good, Ross?
Sorry.
Good.
Sorry.
We always work.
I gotta have.
For Sheldon Clark High School, we have gold medal winners for Miss Megan Harless. And then we have Miss Kelly Mullins. Congratulations, you Martin County, you made all of Martin County very proud of you.
And Shelby wanted to speak, I believe.
Oh, yes, please do.
Small town kids spend a lot of time dreaming of big things you might do and even bigger places you may go. So naturally, when the five of us started working to prepare for this year's star events in SCCLA, we couldn't help but dream about nationals in San Diego, California. We set to work and worked hard, and judging by the results, did a pretty good job. But we alone are not responsible for this once-in-a-lifetime experience and accomplishment. Board members, you have at every turn recognized our achievements, praised us for them, and helped find a way to make our journey possible. Mr. Haney and the school, both staff and students, supported us not only financially, but with participation and encouragement daily, approving and allowing us to have the time and resources needed to complete whatever task necessary, even when it was just a listening ear. Last but not by any means least, Miss Carol Chaffins. Because of you, we knew the task before us would be hard, but achievable. You gave up your time to see that we could have this opportunity. As you prepare for your retirement, we are sad to see you go, but we are grateful for the lessons you have left with us and send you off with much love and appreciation. A simple thank you does not seem sufficient to properly show all of you our gratitude, but on behalf of my fellow OCCLA members and myself, we humbly offer it just the same. Thank you.
Anyone else want to say anything? What was the best thing you did in San Diego, besides the competition? Go to the beach, there you go.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I took a visit to go to one too.
Did you go see the Yankees while you're on Yankees in San Diego were playing?
It was right next to our hotel.
You wanted to go, well, that's good. But I just want to say, and I commend you, and of course your sponsors, and the effort you put forth to be a national champion. That's something you can, I'm sure, will remember all your life. We're certainly proud of you. And not only are you the best at what you do, and that's what you are, you're the best at what you do, and with your organization. But I would bet, I don't know how your sponsors feel, but I bet you were the best looking kids out there too. The best looking kids come from this right here in Martin County, I think. So, but congratulations, very proud.
Mr. Davis, just a moment if you
Were
could.
they best looking kids out there, weren't they?
I would like to extend my gratitude, as far as any thanks being given to me or any of our staff, not needed. I think the greatest part of all is the accomplishments that you went and you achieved, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing. When I received the text, just bubbling over. I would highly recommend that if any of you haven't seen their projects and what they did, my goodness, you ought to view them, you ought to watch them, because they're amazing, and they probably even more amazing than when I saw them, because they fine-tuned them from that time on. They worked their tail ends off. We often talk about the things that are highlighted the most throughout the county and everybody sees, and a lot of the things they did nobody saw. A lot of the things that went on with these projects really didn't get recognized, just because it was things that they were doing every day, every moment, and it was really about a community, and it was about building a community within our school. And they hit it in from announcements to bully boxes to interviews that people did, the technology that you presented, amazing, absolutely amazing. So extremely honored, extremely proud of each and every one, not just you guys, Carol Chaffins, your parents that allowed you to go and to be a part of this experience. And it's just awesome, absolutely awesome. To have national champions before us, gold and silver medal winners at a national level, and also to the high school kids who were my kids just not long ago. Thank you, absolutely awesome. Congratulations.
Can I ask you a question? How's it feel to be national champion? I've never been there. Does it put a little swagger in your step? It should.
They said it was awesome. Well, I just want to say that, a lot of people say negative things about our education system and the things that we're doing here in Martin County, but when you see those kids, they were up there competing against the best of the best from all over the country and other, other countries they were competing against, and they were the ones who were successful. I was very proud to see that kind of level of success come from our little kids right here in Martin County.
How many competitors were they altogether? 44,000?
Yeah,
About 4,800. competitors.
for the competition, but I want to say on behalf of myself and Cheryl and Clark, I am very thankful to have a principal that has supported us and the Board of Education, for backing us, because if it wasn't for you all saying, yeah, go for it, we wouldn't be there. We wouldn't have been there, so we really appreciate that.
100%.
Yes. And I appreciate Carol getting students ready to send to me. So that's always helped my program out.
We'd like to thank Connie for winning. And Carol, she postponed her retirement, so she's going.
She's ready now. Well, I had someone tell me one time, you never know how these kids are going to grow up. One of these kids may grow up to be a doctor, and they may have to take your heart out and fix it, or you never know what they might grow up to be. I mean, I've talked to doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs. You never know where these kids are going to go. And I'm just very, very proud of every single one of them. And the parents and the grandparents were wonderful on the trip. I mean, they just took the bull by the horns and did everything we did, wore them out. We all wore out.
Another banner to raise, guys. Another name up.
Yes.
Congratulations, guys. We're very, very proud of you.
You guys can start school a week later than everybody else. Don't take that serious.
That's the beginning, so now we come to an end. This is our retirement. We're very proud of, we have a long list tonight. Very proud of you guys. It's been a huge asset to Martin County school system, and we're glad you decided to make a career here with us. So at this time, I want to list or name our retirees. Just come up. We got you a clock. You got all the time in the world now, right? Richard, I thought you retired 2 years ago, buddy.
I started a new job already.
We have Mike Cassidy. I don't think Mike's here tonight. He didn't make it. Miss Carol Chaffins. I'll just step here, get a picture. Mr. Richard DeLong. Miss Rose DeLong.
Richard, I'll let you know this way so we can reach the glass.
All right. Miss Teresa Donovan. Mr. Ronnie Evans. Miss Tina Hall Ward.
They've already started their vacation.
Yeah. Elizabeth
They
K. Hart.
retired.
Miss Molly Horn. We don't have a long list. Miss Grace Jordan. Thank you, Grace. Thank you. Mr. Larry May. This is my number 5 for you. Miss Marlene Maynard. Miss Pat Martin. Miss Sheila Priest. Congratulations. Miss Annie Setzer. Annie Setzer. Miss Lois Smith. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for retirement. Miss Tammy Sloan. And Mr. Victor Sloan. Again, congratulations, and hope you have a great retirement. At this time, if we have a brief reception right outside, we have cake and refreshments, and we can take a time out. Reminisce with our retirees.
Our next item on the, is going to be our consent agenda. It's going to be the approval of board meeting minutes from 6:13 through 6:21. And does everybody have a chance to look at those? Does anybody have any questions or comments? If not, I'm going to need a motion to approve.
All three of them at one time?
Well,
Well, I guess if
Okay.
there's nobody
we
to,
just had 6:13 and 6:21 is only what I'm doing now, okay?
oh, okay. Okay.
We can take them one at a time if you like.
It doesn't matter, I just wanted to know if that was,
Okay, they were together, so. Okay, I'm going to need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve. I need a second. Got a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Ordinance approved for 6:13, 6:21. Next item is going to be approval of School District Finance Corporation Board minutes from 6/21/16. Does anyone have any questions or comments on that? If not, I need a motion.
There wasn't.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
there wasn't really anything that we did, that we did. I mean, we're members of that corporation, and
Yes.
is Larry the
Secretary.
secretary?
did it state that in the minutes? The names, okay.
Okay, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion, all in favor say I need a second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carries. The next item is approval of conference, vehicle requests, fundraisers, and use of district property.
I think you have a list of conferences. I mean, I recommend that we approve these.
Sure, when we do these are like fundraisers for the whole year at all the schools?
Oh, no, there's no fundraisers, it's just conference requests for the next, this is for July. Beginning, there's a couple of the beginning of August. It's just letting you know where teachers are going for training, staff is.
Okay.
And all we just ask is that they try to let us know ahead of time,
Yeah,
okay? So I need a motion on this.
I'll make one.
Have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
Have a second, all in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is going to be approval of treasure orders in the amount of $62,259.81 and accounts payable in the amount of $396,573.40.
And that's our treasurer. Everything appear to be in order.
Yes, it does.
Anybody doesn't have any questions or comments? I need a motion to accept.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion, I need a second.
I'll say.
Have a second, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next one is approval of pay warrants in the amount of $439,208.58. Does anyone have any questions or comments on this?
That's $500,000. I make a motion.
Okay, I need a motion. Okay, I've got a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
Have a second, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Just a
Okay,
question,
okay.
talking about this, aren't we? Page 1. Now, where is it? Item 0441. What,
I'm not following.
I may be on the different set of numbers here.
Land and building that.
Yeah,
So it's for-
It says year-to-date budget at the top of the first page.
Okay.
Yeah. Water sewage?
no. Land and building rent.
Yes. That's for the office here.
That's for this office?
Yes. And
It's-
which line?
And the first number is for this office space?
The month-to-date actual, the 40,000, that's for this office for the second quarter, or second half, yeah.
Be the second half.
So,
Yeah, second.
second quarter?
Second half.
Second half, okay, okay. And these other numbers in front of that, 100,280, that's,
The,
my question, sir, is how much are we paying for this building?
it would be $80,440.50.
Okay? And I would like to request, and that's for, so the rent is up now, July 1 fiscal year. I'd just like to state for the record, I hope that someday soon that particular payment doesn't have to be made, because this school district will have a lot of room when our new school is built. And I would like to see us take advantage of that instead of throwing $80,000 in the hole. That's all.
Well, one thing we, okay, is it okay to say this, and I know that, we know that, the school district, I think the high school wanted to rent space, or there was, talk along the lines of having an alternative school separate from the high school. And we understand that that's what is recommended, that you have them off campus. I would like to see our new building, once we get our high school built, we're gonna have a building that we could use one wing as a central office and one wing as an alternative school. Have it all under one roof. That way there, if you have kids that need a little extra attention, you have Larry here, who is not only superintendent, but he would be there at the office to help guide. Yeah, help guide those, troubled kids, and I think it'd be good.
Yeah, that's something we need though to bring up to another.
Yeah,
Since it's
yeah.
a special.
Yeah, I just wanted to know about the cost that we're paying right now, and
Right, that was in the minutes.
I said something similar to Gary, but didn't put it so eloquently.
Well, I agree, well, I've said this before, that once we build a high school, we're gonna be out of this building. It's crazy to pay rent here.
Okay, we had on the paid warrants, we had a motion and a second. Then we had a vote. We were waiting on Nikki's vote. I think.
Oh, I'll vote yes.
Okay, so motion, no opposition. So our next item is going to be discussion and possible action on appointing a board secretary for the school year 2016-2017.
The former board secretary, her term is up. It was up June 30th, so it's time for the board to hire, select
board secretary for this year, the 2016-17 school.
Is anyone?
Do you like,
No, do not.
which I know that Dana had stepped in and was doing it, and I just want to know if
It's
anybody.
just temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's temporary.
You're doing a good job, Marty.
Well, thank you, Larry.
Okay, does anybody want to nominate anybody for this?
Well, I would nominate her, but she don't want it. I mean, I want to nominate somebody that would.
Okay.
Is this the way we hire
We had
someone
to
for this
get
position? I mean,
I think the last
Do we
time-
nominate?
Closed session or something on that.
If you've got individuals you want to discuss,
Uh-huh.
in closed session. And if you've got,
I would prefer to do
Yes,
closed session on discussion of different individuals.
that we don't have that. This is a special meeting and we don't have this on our agenda. We may have to just table it until the next meeting, okay?
Can we ask to be some feelers out there, somebody in the central office that would want to do this?
well, it doesn't have to be limited to someone in central office.
It could be anybody.
If Ronnie wants to put his name in the hat, he should be able to.
So what is the, you being our attorney, what is the procedure, which we just give the basic procedure of how you go about selecting someone? Do you put a feeler, like you said, you kind of who has interest in it, let them express their interest?
there's
Or
different
or
ways
you
you can
just,
do it.
or you just come up?
There's times when somebody will make a recommendation and the board might want to follow that recommendation. There's times when, the board members may have someone in mind that you discuss
Well, it's
and vote. Or you can solicit interest.
I would rather do that because it's very, very important. I remember something that some advice that Mike gave us, that the superintendent never be the secretary. I mean, and that it's, and it's just, and that the secretary keep very, very good records of the minutes. Because once the minutes are wrong, the board can only speak through its minutes.
Right.
You back up 6 months and you say, well, I remember we did this. If you have a secretary that keeps very poor minutes, there's no record of it, it didn't happen. So we need, that's something.
Last time we went into closed session to do that, I'm pretty sure.
Huh?
We was in closed session when we had somebody last time, when we appointed somebody.
Oh, you're looking at somebody, that's so competent, like Gary's saying, you're looking at somebody with integrity, you're looking at somebody that's trustworthy and can do the job.
Yeah, and just make sure that they keep accurate minutes, and that it reflects what action is taken.
Well, what do you suggest we do on this one?
Well, you could table, went to the next meeting, see what interest is out there, have a closed session, discuss the individuals, come out and then take action.
So that means we can scratch your name off. I'm sorry.
I appreciate
I would
that.
think it would need somebody to be here in the central office that has access to the records.
It would.
I mean,
Yeah, I
that
agree with
makes
that.
sense to me.
How are we gonna put these feelers out, Madam Chair?
I just put one out.
Is there an empty chair back there somewhere?
How are you gonna
Okay,
feel?
so. We wait until we table this?
I guess we just have to talk about an executive session next
Yes,
time.
yes, and discuss who we would like to have, okay? So I need a motion to table.
Nobody has a motion for anyone right now, so I guess we do.
You don't need a motion, we'll just table.
We just table it, okay. Okay, so number 7 is table. Our next one is discussion possible action on hiring the board attorney.
Mr. Mike Smith, he took another position. It was effective, I guess, last week or whenever it was. But anyway, Mr. Jonathan Shaw, he worked with Mike for many years. He's experienced with school law. He's the same firm up in Paintsville. and he's familiar with a lot of our problems. I've worked with Jonathan, along with Mike. Any title issue, any issues that we have, he's pretty familiar with Martin County. I would recommend Mr. Shaw. We have a contract. It's basically the same thing as what Mike had. It's pretty standard. But that's up to the board. The board selects the board.
Going on the superintendent's recommendation and his knowledge of Mr. Shaw, I stand ready to accept his recommendation. We'll make a motion to that effect.
Okay, I need a second.
I'll second.
A second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carried, and move forward attorney. So I guess that first advice we got from him was pretty, right? Okay.
Now the clock.
Yeah, now the clock.
So we got the clock, fix real fast now. Okay, our next item is going to be discussion and possible action on accepting the SFCC offer of assistance in the amount of $5,000. $5 million, I'm sorry, $5 million in bonds to be used specifically for the Martin County High School project.
That was the money that they gave us at the end of the year, or allowing us to bond for it, and we have to formally accept the $5 million that we want to bond, for our school specifically. I mean, I don't think we want to turn it down, do we?
No, I don't. I'll make the motion.
Well, I'd just like to say, I appreciate the effort that's put forth to get that, you guys went to Frankfurt and got that $5 million, and with Lisa Calls with SFCC, and I don't know how many people have been up, which I went to the school site today. Of course, dirt is being moved, and I was actually surprised at how much had been moved, so I think it's, which made me very happy. So, and of course, I talked to the guy, the foreman there, and he said, you guys probably got the nicest school site, or it's going to be, and we're going to make sure it's going to be the nicest school site in eastern Kentucky. So, I think it's a little warm up there, but it's beautiful, But we appreciate everybody that put forth the effort. And of course, I'd just like to thank Asher Maynard's family and what all they did. And it was a team effort, no doubt about it. And like you said, it was going to turn out $5 million.
Okay, we've got a motion to accept it. Does anybody want to second it? To accept the $5 million?
I'll second.
Okay, a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. Harless, I would just like to say thanks to you because when I got on board, you were already on the ball and making sure that all the T's were crossed and I's were dotted. Thank you, sir.
And I appreciate what you've done. Of course, we went and visited, and sometimes it was a struggle, it was a battle, but everything seems to have worked out.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful and appreciate those people that were involved with that. And Mike Schmidt was one of them. And we jumped a lot of hurdles and jumped through a lot of hoops, but it happened.
Thank goodness for Area Collins. He had more to home for all the calls he made. Okay, our next item is going to be discussion and possible action on the title insurance for Holly Bush school site in the amount of $5,875.
I don't know. What's this? Okay, title insurance, maybe the attorney can tell us. Do you know what it?
Yeah, that's for the Holly Bush side. We have to have
It's
title.
requirement.
Okay, you have to have.
You have to have title
Title
insurance.
insurance, okay?
Okay.
It's for the side. Everybody's got their hand up.
Did you know? Yeah.
So do we pay our title insurance?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say
It's
aye.
less than TD's way, I
Opposed?
think.
Motion carries, we pay our title insurance. Next item is discussion and possible action on KSBA policy revision updates, our second reading. There, you want to?
That was, we discussed it last time, as just recommendations, recommended policies, KSBA. We pay for the service, good job, keep making sure we do everything legally and straightforward. I mean, I recommend we accept it.
Okay, I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next item is discussion and possible action on memorandum of understanding between KDE and Martin County Board of Education for a full-time math instructor for the amount of $10,000.
That's the math teacher we have. It's this agreement we have. We pay $10,000 and I think it comes out of federal funds, vocational money, ATC school money. We pay $10,000 out of hours from our salary. It's a pretty good deal.
And they will be at their vocational school, right? ATC, is that where their classroom, is that?
She,
She's housed in my building.
Okay. I knew before.
Okay. Does
Okay,
anybody have any more questions on it?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. I have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
A second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, discussion and possible action on fidelity bonds for the superintendent and finance officer.
Mr. Hale and I, we have to be bonded to, explain it, Ernest.
We have to be bonded, both of us have to be bonded as a fiduciary agent of the board, and it's a requirement for us to hold our positions.
This is something we do every year, so.
Yeah.
So I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next item is discussion and possible action on the propane bids.
We only received 2 bids, one from Farrell Auto Gas, the other one from AmeriGas. The lowest one, it's lower per gallon, and they come to our site, our bus garage every day, fill our buses up. And it's 18 cents cheaper than the one where we have to, have a tank there. And it's only a 1-year contract as compared to, I think it's a minimum of 3. And I recommend we take the lowest bid.
This is the good propane, right, guys?
This is propane now, this is not diesel.
Not diesel.
There's no 2 of those, are there?
They're not the same.
No $2.
Yeah, the only problem I would have is to make, and I'm assuming it's because we've only got 2 buses. If we had more buses, which we plan, I'm on the board, I plan to buy more propane buses if it worked out. Is if they can get to us every day, barring bad weather, they will be able to do that,
So they
right?
would come every morning.
Come every morning before school starts?
I think 8:30.
Between 8 and 1:30, I was told.
Did you what now?
Between 8 and 1:30.
Between 8,
They're coming every day between 8 and 1:30 through the day.
How does that work with your schedules?
That works good.
It works fine because
The buses parked at the garage.
we'll have to have the buses parked at the garage every day, and it's not been decided who's getting them yet, so.
okay, how far will a tank of propane, a full tank of propane in the
Depends
bus?
on the run and where it's at.
It only uses 80% of them.
So,
Say 240 miles.
So hopefully that will be in my district.
maybe to the, where
I
you
think Gary
drive.
got one in his last year, I think it's,
No, we didn't have no propane.
I'm talking about you got
Oh,
the
new
new bus, you got the new bus.
No, I just want to make sure that if they get there at 8 o'clock, if they get there at 8 o'clock and you've already made
So
runs,
it's, you got your district, so it's.
it does no
District
good to
Three's
fill
truck.
up. Well, they fill it up for the next day.
That evening and the next day, right? But maybe that bus won't have to be filled up that day. It might be able to wait a day or two. Or if they're going on trips, they might have to be filled up every day. So that's the reason they said they could stop by it every day.
So let me get this straight, Mr. Superintendent. There will not be a a tank of, a propane tank stationed anywhere on any of our properties?
If we choose the lowest one.
And that's just for a year. That's just for a
Yeah.
year. If it's a year, the other one's 3 years,
Right, a 3-year commitment.
a 3-year commitment. And they'll put us a 500 to 1,000 gallon tank.
I'll go, if everybody's, are you got anything else to say? Well, seeing how the superintendent recommends, and I agree with him, go with the lowest bid on the propane, I'll make a motion to that effect.
Okay, I have a motion, I need a second.
A second.
Need a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Our next item is discussion and possible action on community eligibility provisions and intent to participate in the school food service program. Do you have any comment on that?
This is just so that we can continue operating the school lunch program. It's just
With the little-
formality.
The little tiny biscuit?
We hope that they revise the,
I'm playing, I'm teasing, I'm playing. I'll make a motion.
Okay, I have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
Have a second, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is discussion and possible action on the contract with the East Kentucky Psychological Service for special education assessments.
And I'll speak on behalf of that. This is just a contract we keep in place. We have to maintain a 60-day timeline when a child's referred for special education services. We currently have 2 school psychologists in the district. Last year, we didn't use these people at all. But if for some reason we were backlogged with referrals in order to maintain timelines, we usually keep a contract with someone else on file in case we should need them, just to make sure that we don't exceed federal timeline. So it's just as needed if that were to happen. But like I said, last year, we didn't use their services at all.
What's the cost for these services? The contract?
There's a copy in there that
Oh.
outlines the amount. It depends on what type of assessment that we're asking them to conduct, and
But if you don't use this.
if we don't use them, we don't pay them anything.
Don't pay anything.
Mm-mm. But I recommend, just so that, we have it, because we want to stay, within timelines and maintain compliance with the federal government.
Does anyone else have any questions on that? If not, I need a motion to accept.
I'll make that motion.
Motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is discussion and possible action on the contract with INS Physical Therapy for special education related services.
And again, this is related services just based upon students who have the need for physical therapy on their IEP. And INS Physical Therapy provides, or they have for the past few years, provided this service for our students. And again, there's a sliding fee on their contract for the amount of the number of students that they're servicing. Typically, there's somebody in our schools every day. Basically, it's a staff member because we have students in all schools, and so usually every day they are at, one or the other schools to be able to provide these services for our students.
Okay, services provided by licensed personnel, physical therapy assistant, and supervision by doctor of physical therapy to a student. Caseload of 40 students per week is that $84,000?
Yes.
How does this stack up with,
Actually, last year, I think I provided it to the board. I called some companies who provide services to schools, and with the distance that they would travel, we would have less services in our buildings during the day because of the travel time, but we would be paying more money by the time we paid them mileage to get here every day. So, because most of their service providers one company, they would have been coming out of Huntington to this area to provide services, another it was Lexington, and one it was Louisville. So by the time you pay the mileage for them to get here and back, you're losing time that they could be in our schools servicing kids. So we're basically, you know, I hate to pay somebody for mileage when I could be paying them to be in their building because they're here.
Sure, I understand that. We're talking Lexington, Louisville, Ashland. What do these other schools do? Do they have someone on location?
A lot of them, I know Johnson County contracts with a local person in their county.
Is
to
that,
provide
that's what I'm
services.
wanting to get at. When you contract with a local person, other school districts, are they paying in that range?
I think it's comparable. They don't have as many students in Johnson County that they're providing services for as we are. We have a large caseload of students that we are providing this service to, but I think that their rates are comparable, but we have more students here that we're helping.
Do we get reimbursed from?
We bill Medicaid, but it's very minimal what we get reimbursed, but, I mean, that does go into general fund and can help, you know, with the cost. But the hourly rate and everything is comparable.
Does anyone have?
And I'm not saying the services aren't being performed and are being performed at a fair rate. It's just, excuse me, I'm a relatively new on the board, and it just blows me away.
And I actually think right now,
Mhm.
we're currently in the lower range for the number of students that we're servicing. I think-
So it would be reduced,
No,
about
actually, it's
13,000.
This one, I think I looked the other day and we had 33.
Okay, so that would be a difference of,
Yeah, it's not a whole lot. but
No.
you're Right.
Does anyone else have any questions on this for the physical therapy? If not, I need a motion.
It's a lot of money each month, but I mean, it has, yeah, it has to be done, yeah, it's gotta be done. I'll make a motion.
and I'm not, believe me, my questions weren't that it shouldn't be done.
Yeah,
It was just the idea of the, you know, is it within the range? Is that what it, I had no idea that's what that service
I didn't know,
called.
$85,000 a month, a lot of money.
Not a month.
It's not a month.
85. What is it?
It's for 10 months and it's
Right.
$84.50.
Yeah.
10 payments.
Right.
And it's actually cheaper now that we've entered into this contract than it was a few
Right.
years back, wasn't it?
Yeah, before it was a price for each assessment, a price for each time that they went out to provide service for the amount of time they spent with the student.
$8,450.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were actually paying about $120,000 a year before she renegotiated this contract with us 2 years ago.
I just, gotta.
As I was saying, I wasn't saying that the services didn't need to be done. I was just blown away that that's a, you know, Ernest, I try to look after money.
And we appreciate it.
Yes, sir. That's all.
Okay, I have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
I have a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is discussion possible action on the contract for orientation and mobility service for students requiring their services on the IEP.
And again, this, we didn't use this contract at all last year. This is for students with visual impairments who require the use of like, someone teaching them cane skills if they were using a cane to walk and to be mobile in their environment, to learn to move around in the school building or in the community. And we currently don't have a student in the district that requires this, but someone could move in tomorrow. So we, in case that should happen, we keep a contract on file, but it costs us nothing unless we utilize this person.
All is phased speak with
And
that.
she is one of the few in our area that provides this service, so I like to have the contract. Because
Okay.
if we ended up with a student, they're hard to find.
Services will be, for the audience, services will provide to meet the specifics of each student's individual IEP. Instruction shall be provided at the school and with the community during the school day or as otherwise scheduled. District agrees to pay
We pay her mileage if she comes here. She is in Ashland, in the Ashland area.
Okay. The contract, the sum of $90 per hour for services including travel time from the residents in Ashland, yeah.
Like I said, we didn't use it last year. The year before last, we did have a couple of students actually who required this service.
And I'm sure this is required federally.
Yes.
Anyone else have any questions or comments? If not, I'm going to need a motion.
I'll make
Have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
Have a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, discussion of possible action on the updated 504 procedures for the school year 2016 and 17.
And again, this is another procedure that, and there's a copy in your packet. These were updated by KSBA, changed a few definitions to update those types of things, but it's all pretty standard, and it just keeps us in compliance with the law for students who qualify for 504.
Does anyone have any questions on those?
I would just, if it's legal to say, I don't, we're not discussing names, but what are the numbers as it goes with a 504, like numbers last year, what were they?
How many students
Yes,
in
how
the
many
district?
students?
Probably about 35 students that have a 504 plan. And a lot of those are students more or less with medical issues such as diabetics, food allergies. Most of ours are medical in nature.
Thank you.
Anyone else has any questions on this or comments?
Because all of 504 does basically is provide accommodations for them to be able to participate during the school day with their disability, whether it's medical or educational or whatever, but most of ours are medical in nature.
And most of your physical or have the IEPs? Or
No,
can they be also
they
504?
can have a 504 and an
Yeah, okay.
IEP, yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll make that motion, Madam Chair.
Okay, I have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
And a second, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is discussion and possible action on the Community Work Transition Program Memorandum of Understanding for school year 2016-2017. Larry, you have any?
Oh, that's me again, I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is our program we've had at the high school for several years. We have an employee, it's not a full day position, I think it's 5 or 6 hours a day. They work with Voc Rehab. It's students that have IEPs but are not planning to go to college but into the workforce once they graduate. And so this person works with those students in Voc Rehab, and they have, all of them have a vocational assessment through Voc Rehab. And during their senior year, we have work sites throughout the district at businesses that allow students to come in and work and get job skills during the day to help prepare them when they graduate from high school to go into the workforce.
Okay, it's not like, okay, it's not like your peer tutoring program.
No,
Okay.
no, this is separate. This is students with IEPs.
Do these are businesses, some of them, and things?
Yeah.
Do they pay the student?
And through this agreement, we can pay them, like minimum wage, basically, is what they're getting, but they do, some of them.
Okay. I mean, the school doesn't pay them. The
It comes
business-
through this agreement.
It comes through,
Yes, with folk rehab, right, Marcy?
so where does the money come from, Marcy? Where does this,
It comes from reimbursements that we get through this program.
okay, thank you.
I think we get it quarterly.
So I was thinking she does reports and
Yeah.
end of the year reporting and everything, but this year it's also expanded a little bit. So in addition to these students that she would typically has been working with in the past, we're also picking up additional students who may not, I don't know how to say this politically correct, but they may not be eligible to participate fully in this program, but students with moderate to severe disabilities, in order to help them work on skills that will enable them to function independently when they graduate from high school.
Yeah, well, pardon me, but I didn't even know this program existed. And I think it
is,
sounds
it's
very good.
It is.
And anytime you give a child experience in the work field, and that's not to be held back because they have a IEP, and that makes me feel really good. I'm happy to see a program like
We've had good
this.
success with this too. We get reports from them on the success of our students because they track them, to see if once they graduate,
Right,
did this
right,
program benefit and are they employed?
okay.
So we've had good success.
How long has this program been going on?
Oh, 8-10 years.
Can you tell me, like, numbers wise, of how many, I mean, roughly, just.
Roughly, there's about 7 students each year, but like I said, it's expanded this year, so we're going to be able to pick up students that aren't fully involved in the program, but she's going to be able to help provide job coaching skills to those students, to additional students.
And
As far as the work, the business, so do y'all screen them, or does somebody else, I mean, does
The job coach
the job coach
goes out
screen
and
to make
works with
sure
them.
that they're
Yeah.
not,
She
basically-
goes with them on site.
Okay, to make sure
once
they're
a
not
month.
being used,
is this
you know.
job coach, is it within the county?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, if no more questions, I need a motion to continue the program.
I'll make that motion, Madam Chair.
Have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
A second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Our next